Hello, everybody. It is Tuesday. How we doing tonight? Welcome to Tuesday. Hey, kitty. I feel like you have a direct connection with how fast you get in. It's like you are hacking my Wi-Fi or something. How we doing tonight? How was your Tuesday? Good to have you with us. Hey, Dennis, how are you? Howdy. Good to have you with us tonight. How's things in Texas? The yellow rose of Texas. Okay, I'm going to screw that up. Good to have everybody here tonight. What is everybody grateful for this Tuesday evening? Tuesday. Tell me about it. Oh, kitty. I love it. I love the dedication. I appreciate it. Oh, it's hot. It's warm here, but it's like Florida at the end of November. We were commenting because we used to spend a lot of time at the end of November, beginning of December in Florida, and this is the kind of weather we'd go down for. You know, the thing we'd see in the spring and everything. It's been in the 70s. There's a little bit of a breeze. It's nice out. We've had some nice weather. It's kind of come to an end the end of the week, but it's been some nice weather. Oh, it's still hurricaning there in South Florida. I'm sorry to hear that. Happy Tuesday, Kelly. Great to have you here tonight. You guys have had way too much hurricane weather this year. Too much of everything. Only 40 degrees in Albuquerque. Yeah, well, that's headed our way. I think the end of the week, we're highs. Well, we might hit 50 or something the end of the week. I got to remember to switch back to heat when that happens. I had October 27th. I made it to the 27th of October this year without turning on the heat, and that was turn on the heat day this year. And then the end of last week, I had to turn it off. I had to go back to AC because otherwise we'd be roasting, especially at our home store, Cutiques. That building becomes like a brick oven. It's an old New England mill building, and it becomes like a brick oven. So if I didn't have the AC on, I'd be in trouble. How's things in Indiana, Vina? Great to have you here. Nice to have you here live tonight. Glad to have everybody that's here live tonight. Always glad to have you all here with us tonight. At more-ish than 8, I guess, tonight. But I did get dinner in first, so it was nice to sit down beforehand and have dinner with everybody. So, you've already had the heater on there. That is, in Texas, that does say a lot there, but you guys can sometimes be like Florida people or northerners who go down to Florida and have to bundle up when they go down to Florida. My sister's still the funniest when she comes up, you know, in the middle of winter. She can come up here from Texas, and she'll want to ride around with the sunroof open and the windows down. So always interesting when I pick her up from the airport. Nice. Yeah, the way my buildings work, it just doesn't circulate enough. I think even though I turned back on the AC at my warehouse because that is lower, that tends to stay cooler automatically. But in the way the sun hits my clothing stores and everything, it just warms up the building. And if I don't do it, if nothing else, it doesn't get the air circulating enough if I don't switch it over. So then they complain, and then I have problems. Then all I hear is all the customers are complaining, which probably means all the employees are complaining. is sort of the way that I roll with it. But I try to keep it at an appropriate temperature for business. I mean, to keep the shoppers shopping. That's what I really care about, because you set your thermostats for the customers, not for the employees. We set the thermostat for the customers, not for the employees. Is the real key there. Well, we start this program. Yes, that's true. That is true. Clothing hopefully will be busy this weekend with the drop in temperature. We start the program every night with the Good Morning, Good Night book. The Good Morning, Good Night book is how we start the program every night. Tonight, if you're following along, we are on page 158. Good morning, you. Yes, you. You right there, looking cute as you want to be. Damn, you're going to knock them out today. Go. That is our good morning today. Hey, Angie's with us. How are you, Angie? Great to have you here. Oh, that is funny you mentioned that today, Pat, because that is my topic. That is my main topic tonight, is the PPP, and we're going to talk about that. Hey, Adele and Dazzle, great to have you here. We are. I got a couple of things for you tonight, and then we're going to talk PPP. So let me just get what else, the other thing I want, the couple other things I wanted to talk about. But we needed to talk PPP stuff a little bit. Boom, I need to talk about that. Ooh, that's a good quote. Give me 2 seconds here to get reorganized. I thought I was organized, and then I had to change things up as the day went on today. So we have some things for other days in this pile. That I need, and and where's the other two things I needed? Ah, there they are right there. I forgot that there was that one. Okay. I am recombobulated here, folks. Thank you for your indulgence. Hey, Joanne, great to have you here. Great to have you with us tonight. And that's my notes. Alrighty, here we go, folks. Here we go. Ready, set, go. Oh, I liked this quote. You have to get out of your comfort zone to succeed. And after you've fallen a few times, you learn from your mistakes and you realize it's not as bad as you thought. You have to get out of your comfort zone to succeed. Okay? You can't be comfortable. Hey, Molly and Eric, great to have you with us. And after you've fallen a few times, you learn from your mistakes and realize it's not as bad as you thought. You know, it's like falling off a bicycle. You get back on. You stay out of your comfort zone. You push yourself. You can do this. Where is Ulta? Ulta. Our friends at Ulta are going to open hundreds of stores, shops. Where are they going to be opening these shops, folks? Any guesses? Any guesses who Ulta has struck a new partnership with? Anybody want to take a guess? Throw a dart at the dartboard, maybe. And guess who Ulta has struck a partnership with? No guesses. Eric's got a guess. I got a feeling there. Eric knows. That is correct, Kitty. You are keeping up with things. Yes, Ulta is going to open hundreds of shops at Target stores. They're going to open makeup and skincare shops inside hundreds of Target stores. Each shop will be about 1,000 square feet and will be staffed with Target employees who were trained by Ulta. And they look at this as a time embracing change and taking and being innovative and leaders by inviting Ulta into Target. This is a picture of the concept store within a store of what the Ulta shop will look like. These will start opening in the second half of next year. There will be a next year. That's the encouraging thing. This is the encouraging thing. They are looking forward. And how do we create more? They will carry more than 40 beauty brands and a rotating assortment of products from hair care and fragrances to lip gloss. Customers can shop in person or use Target same-day services such as curbside pickup, home delivery to get their online beauty purchases. And Ulta will train Target's new beauty consultants. So that is interesting. That is an interesting partnership and should be a good one for Target and for customers. Again, it's about getting people back in stores. A lot of the Pennies, you're thinking Pennies did that with, not with Ulta, they did it with the other one. But Pennies did it. Dennis, they had, and then they just had a big lawsuit before their bankruptcy that they had with the one that Pennies did. And it escapes me which one they did it with. Your run for a gallon of milk just got a whole lot more expensive. Hey, Val, it's great to have you here. Visa is taking a Sephora. There you go. So, yes, Pennies has it with Sephora. See, you ladies know. You ladies know. The name escaped me. There you go. Everybody's with me. All right. I like this audience participation. Visa is taking a play out of American Express's playbook. Hey, Sylvia, great to have you here. Visa is creating a whole bunch of small business tools, things to support small business. They're not calling it Visa Saturday or anything like that, but they are trying to create a whole support network for small business, and their start at this is a Visa small business site with all sorts of support materials, tools, educational resources, and tools to help you grow your business. And again, our whole theme, grow your way out of this. Okay, and I will have that up here at NART's private Facebook page. It'll be up there within the hour. And it will go over to narts.org/resalestrong by noon tomorrow. You'll find it over there. It's the entire link to the Visa Small Business Tools. They have things to help you grow your business, and all sorts of solutions from marketing your business, social media strategies, managing your online reputation, all sorts of solutions. And other sponsors that are helping support this. It's really a great starting point for Visa to enter a market that really American Express has owned. Really tried to own that relationship with small business, and Visa is venturing out at a time that people are thinking about American Express Small Business Saturday, which is just a couple weeks away now. You know, good information to have and have with you. But I really liked it, and that's why. So you'll find that link in the NART's private Facebook page within the hour, and for everybody, it'll be available by noon tomorrow at narts.org/resalestrong. Okay. So then, I wanted to talk today about the PPP. So the PPP, a lot of people are starting to get pressure from their banks to apply for forgiveness. Keep in mind that you do not have to apply for forgiveness now, and in most cases, it's to your advantage to wait. Okay, why is it to your advantage to wait? Quite simply because it is still likely, although the timeline is up in the air, it is still likely that this will get simpler. The process for forgiveness will get simpler, especially for loans under $150,000. Okay, so the smaller your loan, the more likely that simplification will be coming to forgiveness. And there is no harm in waiting. The only company that I've worked with, okay, and it's a larger company, much larger company, it's not even in the resale industry, they have other loan covenants that require them to get things off their balance sheet by the end of the year. So because of their other loan obligations, they have to get it in, their forgiveness application in, and get it done with. And if you have another loan covenant that with a loan that you have that prohibits things or loans carrying over into the new year, because until it's forgiven it is a loan, then that's fine to apply for forgiveness. If you have a larger loan, okay, north of $150,000, okay, that loan is less likely to have any type of streamlined forgiveness, and it's fine if you want to go through it. But just because your bank is asking you to apply does not mean you have to. You do not have to apply for forgiveness. You don't have to apply, actually. I think it's till the maturity of the loan, actually. But you have a minimum of 10 months, okay, from the end of your covered period. Whether that was the 8 or 24 weeks, you have 10 months from then, your loan is deferred. No payments are due on it until then. So there is no need to rush to do it. That is my first and foremost message. Okay? Should you want to do it, okay, feel that you're the urge to do it, you are welcome to do it. And some of the information I'll be posting tonight in the NARTS private Facebook group first, within the hour, it is a couple of quick sheets, some helpful sheets. One is a thing from the SBA that talks about applying for forgiveness. It's a one-sheeter in the SBA's views on how to make forgiveness easier. The two sheets that I think you'll find much more useful are from our friends at Enterprise Bank, because they've been really good and ahead of it all along on the information that you need. One sheet is strategies for success, okay, what you need to have together, okay, and what paperwork, okay, and what things to use. Most banks are using a portal, okay, and this goes through it, strategies for success, okay. The other thing that many of you will find very useful, okay, regardless of even if there's streamlined forgiveness, is a documentation checklist. And this checklist from Enterprise Bank, it's one page, one-sided, nothing on the back side, is really great because you'll need to have to keep this as backup even if there is a streamlined forgiveness, because all the loans are subject to audit, unlikely to be audited at your level, but all loans are subject to audit and request of backup information. So having all this information together, even if you don't apply for forgiveness now, is a good idea while it's all fresh. Okay? And so putting that all together, it is really very good. Keeping the highest percentage, especially since you can use a longer period, such as the 24-week period, keeping a larger portion of it used towards payroll makes the whole forgiveness process much easier. And so that's really important. I love this document checklist. Is really one of the best I've seen, and I have seen a lot of them from you guys. So it's from our friends at Enterprise Bank, and I'm appreciative of that. This will go up to the NARTS private Facebook page within the hour, and it'll be over at narts.org/resalestrong by noon tomorrow. Now, what we need to talk about beyond that, okay, so moving beyond the concept of forgiveness, what are the common errors? Okay, people have been applying for forgiveness, okay, and there's some real common errors that are going on. And so that you need to be aware of. And the most common error that is happening right now is not including your EIDL application or your or the amount of your EIDL. That is the most common mistake. Now remember, okay, with the PPP, if you got the EIDL and a PPP, if you got the EIDL advance, if you took the EIDL advance, which was $1,000 per employee up to $10,000, okay, if you took the EIDL advance and you got a PPP, that amount will be due after forgiveness. So they will accept forgiveness of all of it except for the EIDL advance. And you will owe the bank that EIDL advance. So if you got a $10,000 EIDL advance, you will owe that $10,000 to the bank. And I recommend paying it at that time. You could pay it you can technically pay it over a longer period of time, okay? But I do not recommend that. I recommend paying it and closing out the paperwork when your forgiveness is closed out. But again, I am highly recommending, unless you have a loan larger than $150,000, I am recommending waiting on forgiveness. Okay, there is no need and no pressure to rush. I do know people that have gotten it forgiven already and gotten it through the SBA and everything else. But it is highly likely, there is strong support from both parties to get a streamlined forgiveness done. I don't know whether, I really don't believe in any bill that's going to happen before the end of the year, although there is still a lot of talk about it. And so it may wait for the new Congress to take effect in January, and the new president, so we may not have this till February or something. But there is no harm in waiting for that, okay? It is likely to your benefit to do that. So that is my recommendation on that, but I do recommend having everything I think having that EIDL advance off your books and the PPP, and I'm thrilled for you, Kitty. You were one of the first of the small ones, the under 2 million that I heard about. So I'm thrilled for that. But yes, getting the EIDL advance off your books because you got the PPP is very important. Okay, and you have to keep in mind this is government paperwork, so writing the check and taking care of that at the same time is really very important, because years from now, you don't want this to come back. You want to have everything all dotted and crossed off all together. But working on the paperwork checklist, okay, that'll go up to NART's private Facebook page within the hour, narts.org/resalestrong by noon tomorrow. Working on that checklist and having a folder together of all the paperwork, okay, should you need to apply for forgiveness, is going to serve you well. So working on that now, working with whoever does your payroll, working with whatever other expenses you did is really important. If you didn't get the EIDL advance, Kelly, but you got an EIDL, you still have to list it, okay? It doesn't make forgiveness easier or harder. It just means you're not going to owe any money at the time of forgiveness of your PPP. That's the biggest thing, is if you didn't get the EIDL advance, you will not have any issue. You won't have to write a check when you get your PPP forgiven. Okay, and that's really the biggest thing. So congratulations on that. I'm actually in the same boat there. I did not get an idle advance, so I do not have to write a check. I like not owing too. It is a good thing, but all this stuff is about survival. Having an idle, is, like I've told you since the beginning, is an insurance policy. We don't know what the future is unpredictable. I am betting on good in the long run. Okay, better days are ahead of us. Okay, it's how you get out of bed every morning. Is that there are better days ahead. Okay. That our best days are not behind us, our best days are in front of us. But that doesn't mean there isn't choppy seas in front of us, okay? There are choppy seas ahead of us. That is important to know, that there are choppy seas. I just learned that you could flood, that in ancient Roman times they flooded the Colosseum to practice sea battles inside the Colosseum. As a practice area. It was something I learned tonight in ancient times. And the old aqueduct system fed it and filled the Colosseum, which is kind of cool. I mean, especially if you think of it at the time, all the engineering feat of the Colosseum to begin with. Michelle, welcome to the program, Michelle. Michelle, I am advising not applying for forgiveness right now, waiting, but having all your ducks in a row. Some banks are starting to put pressure on people to apply for forgiveness, but you do not have to apply for forgiveness until 10 months after the end of your covered period. And then the only requirement is, the only reason you have to do it by then, because otherwise repayment starts on the loan. So 10 months after the end of the 8 or 24-week period. But it is more likely that with Congress to eventually get things fixed, so that there is streamlined forgiveness for loans under $150,000. And so it's a fairly safe bet that something else is going to be coming down the pike, and that there will be change to this. So just hang in there. But follow the checklist that I post tonight, especially the checklist. The checklist is really great. Because no matter what, you'll have to have this paperwork. You'll be required to have this paperwork accessible. Even if they automatically forgive your loan, you'll be required to keep a level of paperwork on hand should your loan ever get audited. So getting all this stuff together and putting it in a file and having it off to the side is not a bad idea. And it's good work to bring things together. So that is a good thing. But do not feel pressure just because you get an email from your bank that you have to apply for forgiveness. Okay? And some banks are being really helpful with it. But most do not want the work. And that's why they are either hiring outside companies to help with this, or they are really telling their people to wait because they're still hopeful that Congress does the right thing. The other thing that Congress still has to do with this, that again is the right thing, is they need to change the rules so that the expenses paid for with the PPP is deductible. Currently, under the rules from the IRS, you do not have to pay, the PPP itself is not taxable as income, but the expenses that you use the PPP money for are not deductible, which will inflate your income. Okay, so if you don't have all these payroll expenses this year, that's going to make your income higher. Okay, so the goal is, well, part of that makes logical sense. If I don't have to pay taxes on the income, I shouldn't have to be able to claim the expenses. The intent of the law was to allow both. Okay, not claiming the expense, not claiming the income and being able to claim the expense. Yes, people are getting emails, Kitty, on the idle asking for follow-up paperwork. As the SBA is catching up on all the things that they need to have in their files on an EIDL loan. They are reaching out for paperwork. The most common things are resolutions if you're a corporation, that the corporation authorized the borrowing of the EIDL is one of the most common pieces of paperwork that I've seen requested. But there's some other miscellaneous ones. If you're unsure whether any of it's legit, feel free, just email me, and I'm happy to, confirm or tell you that it's phony baloney. But everything I've seen from everybody so far has been pretty legit. But the corporate resolution has been the most common one that I have seen, that the SBA is missing from their EIDL loan packets and is seeking from businesses. Joe's with us. Welcome, Joe. Okay, well that's well, that just shows you that and that's sort of your reply to them, Kitty, is that you're not a corporation. Okay, is that you're a sole proprietor. Then you don't need a resolution. But that is the most common request, is for the resolution, is for the corporate resolution. But there have been some other ones. Insurance is another one that they ask for. Okay, proof of insurance. But that has been the basic stuff that they're asking for. But that's what they're doing now. All this, now the government is having time to catch up on some of these things. Now they're not processing a gazillion applications. They have to process all the paperwork and dot all the I's and cross all the T's, and that's what's happening. And some of it they legitimately need, and some of it they don't. So if you're unsure, ask. I'm happy to help and happy to answer, any questions on that. Not a problem at all. You know the email, Neil, Neil, at ECIstores.com. This video and everything I talk about every night, goes over to narts.org/resalestrong by noon the next day. This video, all the supporting files, like the checklist, will be over at narts.org/resalestrong by noon the next day. It's all there to keep you organized, to have one spot to go and find everything, but it's also there so we can share it with the world. So you can give it out to everybody at the liquor store next to Michelle, the sub shop next to down the street from Kitty, wherever it is. We want to help every business get to the other side. That's great, Michelle. But we want to help everybody get to the other side. Of course we did what people are grateful for. We do that every night. What about a second PPP? That is likely too. It all depends on where things go with Congress, Pat. And I will keep you in the loop on that and what's happening with that. But that is still also very likely. But, right now everything is up in the air with our friends in Washington. And we are playing nice with both sides, because at times you have to deal with both sides and you have to work together. I don't care who you are. Okay? You have to work together. Put party aside, put people first, put community first. If government was, I asked the question, the question of the weekend was, what if cities were designed by women? What if government was designed by women? Okay? It would be about community. It would be about people. It wouldn't be about all this junk. And we would actually get some stuff done. It wouldn't be about who got credit for it. It wouldn't be about any of this. It would be about, how do we help people? How do we help our community? And that's an even better question, okay, than what if cities were designed around people. And wow, that's deep. You guys got me deep there. You dragged me deep. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect to take that tipping off point. But the videos, everything, all the resources, the checklist that I talk about that'll be in Nart's private Facebook tonight, they'll be over at narts.org/resellstrong by noon tomorrow. Noon! They're all there. A link to this video and all the videos that we've done since March at the YouTube channel. You're not alone running this store, because you're not. On that YouTube channel, you can like, comment, and subscribe to the videos, catch all the replays, and click the bell to be notified when a new one drops. I am here every night at more 8 than ish, every night live in the Nards private Facebook group, where you get to ask me your questions. We talk about the topics of the day, and we take a step forward in our gratefulness and in our journey on this. If you have a question in between, you just email me, Neil, Neil, at ECIstores.com, Neil at ECIstores.com. We start this program every night. Every night we start this program with the Good Morning, Good Night book. The Good Morning, Good Night book is how we start this program every night. Tonight, if you were not with us at the top of the program, we are on page 158. Good morning, you! Yes, you! You right there, looking cute as you want to be. Damn, you're going to knock them out today. Go! Our good night tonight is good night, you! Yes, you! You there, looking fresh as hell. Check you out, leaving a trail of people dreaming about you in your wake. Boom! Ladies and gentlemen, there's your graphics. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Neil Abramson. I do like a good party, a wedding, a bar mitzvah even, maybe an inauguration, who knows? There'll be a party again. We're going to party, and we're going to party in person again. But until then, know that you, and you, but most especially you, yes, you're not alone running this store. It's time for dessert. I'll see you tomorrow, everybody. Have a great night.